Hi all. In this recording, we'll talk about vector-based questions that we have in our practice questions guide. So let's quickly scroll to the vectors question part. Yeah. So there will be one question definitely on the vector functions. Only we'll be talking about 1D vectors because we haven't discussed about 2D vectors in class. So I'll be covering 2D vectors in class in the upcoming weeks. So the first question on the vectors in the handout or the practice guide is asking about, we have a for loop. So at the beginning, we are saying that we want a vector with 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So always remember indexing starts from 0. So if we ask for 5 elements, the indices will be 0 to 4. So yeah, these are the vector indices. Now, the next thing here, the question is asking is, we have a for loop starting at 0, going till the size of the vector. So there is this vector method called size, vector.size. So this is going to be whatever the variable that you are using for, and this gives how many elements are there in the vector. So as of now, even though we haven't added any data, all we are asking for is how many elements are there in this vector, and size is going to print out 5. So what we are doing is start at 0, go till 4, but not 5, and go in the step sizes of 1 and populate the elements of vectors in this manner. When I is 0, we want 2 times 0 plus 1, which is going to be 1. When I is 1, so simply do this. When I is 0, the vector element at 0 is going to be 2 times 0 plus 1, so 1. And when I is 1, the vector element at index 1 is going to be 2 times 1 plus 1. So essentially this is going to be 3. Essentially this is going to be 5, 7, and 9. So that's what we are doing. We are populating vectors elements using the for loop. Now, the first question, what are the contents of this vector? So this is the answer for the first question. These are the contents of the vector. Second question, what method is used to know the number of elements in a vector? So this is just like a cheat question or a tricky question where you know the answer is right here. So if you want to know the number of elements inside a vector, simply use size. That's it. The next question, we are asking you to write clearly. So you have to write the syntax correctly. And how would we add elements 11 and 13 at the end of the vector? So remember in class, we have seen two methods. One thing is whatever the vector name dot pushback, this is used to always add elements at the end of the vector. And another method that we have seen is pop back. This is used to remove the element, the last element in the vector. So what we are asking is we want to add elements 11 and 13 at the end. So if you want to add elements at the end of the vector, whatever the vector name, simply use the pushback method and give the value 11. This will make sure now the vector will look like something like this, 11 with an extra element added. And again, we are asking you to push back another element called 13. So push back 13. So you have to clearly write the name of the vector dot followed by the function and the value that you are passing to the function. So you have to write these two lines, then only you'll get full points. And the third one, or the fourth question here is asking how we remove the last element from the vector. So for removing the last element from the vector, simply do whatever the vector name and pop back. So pop back will remove the last element from the vector. And so when I was inserting, I forgot to insert 13. So we have 13 at index 6. And now once we remove last element, 13 will be removed because we are removing the last element in the vector using pop back. And now the question is, what would be the size of the vector now? So simply count how many elements are there. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the size here is going to be 6. So this question is simply asking, given a for loop, what would be the contents of the vector? How would you find the size of the vector? How would you add two elements at the end of the vector? How would you remove one element from the vector? And what would be the final size of the vector? So that's pretty much about this question. We'll see the next question. So the next question is, in a way, we are populating vectors the way we initialize. So we are creating a vector. In the last question, we have created just given the size of the vector, but here we are not giving the size, but we are giving elements of the vector. So the vector is going to look something like this: element 1, element 2, element 3, element 4, and element 5. My bad, this is 3. And the indices are going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I have the first question here is that what is the size of the vector vec? So the size is number of elements inside the vector. I have 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the size of this vector is going to be 5. That's the answer for first question. Now, what I'm doing here is that I'm moving elements from J6 to J9 because J is less than 10, and I'm going in the step sizes of 1. So J7, J8, J9. So I'll start at 6 and I'll go till 9. Now, all I'm doing is I'm adding new elements to the vector now. So this is how the vector is going to look like now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have these already populated when we created the vector. These are those indices. And now I'm pushing 6, 7, 8, and 9 using this for loop. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the question is, what is the size of the vector now? So how many elements are there? We have 9 elements, so the size is going to be 9. That's it. And the next question is asking about what would happen if I remove 3 elements from the vector? And remember, we are talking about removing elements from the vector from the end. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is our vector is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So remove one element. So one element removed. Remove second element removed. Remove third element removed. So if we remove 3 elements, what is going to be the size? The size is going to be 6 at this point of time because we removed 3 elements. Now, what would be the output of vector.empty? So vector.empty is a Boolean variable. It tells whether the vector is having any elements or not. So if there are no elements in vector, vec.empty would be true. But we have 6 elements inside the vector. So vec.empty is going to be false. It will not be true. And lastly, what would happen if we clear the vector? If we clear the vector, all the elements will be deleted. When all the elements in the vector are deleted, what is the size of the vector going to be? It is going to be 0. So remember, we have these vector functions, vector.size that tells how many elements are there, vector.pushback. If you give any number, let's say n, that will be added at the end of the vector. And another method, pop back. This removes the last element from the vector. And vector.empty, this checks whether the vector is having any elements or not. If there are no elements in the vector, it's going to be true. Else it's going to be false. And the last method, vector.clear, this is used to remove all the elements from the vector. So these are the questions that we are going to possibly look at from vector's point of view in the exam. Just be thorough with what happens if you add an element, what happens if you remove the last element, how the size is going to be affected. So I'll be touching only these concepts from exam point of view. Thank you.